Welcome everyone. My name is Garam, and today's topic is about triumph over burnout. Let's get started. This week, I began to wonder why we treat everything like an emergency, that we have to get all these tasks done immediately. For some of us, when it comes to work, I realize that if there is a lack of clarity, we will end up pushing ourselves harder and harder. Working at this accelerated pace every day is not sustainable. Some may feel the need to prove themselves at work so that they can have job security. Some may feel the need to feel accepted and recognized at work. We can do everything right and still have unmet expectations. Bottom line, there is a lack of boundaries at work for ourselves. I get it. Some of you are in a work environment where there has been a prolonged lack of organization, and unfortunately, the employee takes on the weight and never sets limits on themselves. So, how do we set limits on ourselves? We set limits by knowing how much we can realistically get done without being exhausted and getting more clarity on when things are due. Some days we may not be able to get as much done as we had hoped, and that's okay. Because realistically, some days will need different attention than others. As we set these limits for ourselves, we will be able to see how much time we really do have and how to spend it effectively. This will shift our mindset by prioritizing certain tasks over others. We have the love of God within us, and because of this, we can give glory to God by being a blessing in our workplace. When we set ourselves unrealistic expectations for ourselves at work, we struggle to be motivated at work from a loving heart. This in turn leads to burnout, and once we get to this place, we are motivated to do wrong things or have wrong thoughts. Job chapter 26 verse 10 says, "He draws the horizon out over the ocean, sets a boundary between light and darkness." This verse describes God setting boundaries for the ocean. Even God sets boundaries. We are not made to work towards exhaustion. God doesn't expect us to take on the weight of a company needs alone and deplete our souls. So we don't need to put on that burden on ourselves. Boundaries helps us understand how to exist within a space. Some of us may not have created boundaries before, and that's okay. It's never too late. But the most important thing is to keep abiding by the limits we set for ourselves at the workplace.